Today, we're talking about super fun night games for you to play with your youth group.
Welcome to the Ministry Coach Podcast, where we give you weekly tips and tactics to help you fast track the growth and health of your youth ministry. My name is Jeff Lascola, and this is
Kristen Lascola, and it's time for a game episode. Woo!
It's summertime. The weather's warm. Well, depending on what time of the year you're watching this, but it's summer right now as we're recording this. And so nighttime games make total sense.
Yeah, they do.
Summer
And
camp, you can have the nighttime games.
I love a
midweek
night summer camp game. So fun. We like to play a night winter camp game too. It's pretty fun, pretty cold, but it's a good time.
We got 5 of them for you today, but if you email us at ministrycoachpodcast@gmail.com and ask for night games, we have 5 more, so you'll get 10 total, or you can just go in the description below, click on the link, and it'll give you all the info on how to download it.
Yes, and number 1 is not like whoa, I've never heard of Capture the Flag before. Oops, I said it, Capture the Flag. But it's a glow-in-the-dark version of Capture the Flag, which is super fun to play outside at summer camp at night if you have a field. I'm very jealous if you have a field because we do not, but you could play in the parking lot. Wouldn't that be fun? That's what we have to do. Or if you're at the beach or, at camp and they have some kind of facility, we're going to link that below. I actually bought the glow-in-the-dark Capture the Flag set one year. I had extra money in my budget and I was like, this looks fun. Let's give it a try. So it's just kind of a twist on a game kids already know, and it just adds that extra little. I feel like for junior hires, especially, anything done at night or in the dark, there's just a level of excitement or something there. And even for high schoolers too. But yes, glow in the dark, Capture the Flag. And you know what I just thought of? They make these FRISBEes that blink as well. And that's super fun for Ultimate Frisbee. Yeah. So, I mean, we don't play in pitch black, by the way. Like, we don't want people like...
We had a kid lose a tooth because he collided with another kid's forehead.
Yes, we did. And as far as I know, that tooth is still gone.
Gone.
Every time I saw him after that, even when he was an adult, because this was a long time ago, still no tooth. So
it's in the other kid's forehead still.
It's just permanently there.
So just do a quick rundown for those you don't know how to play Capture the Flag. Like, how do you play that?
So everyone knows how to play Capture the Flag. If
just
you,
in case.
Then you shouldn't be in youth ministry.
You can skip to number 2 if you don't know how to play.
Fine, I'll do it really fast.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 teams. They're on opposite sides of the field. There's a line in the middle to divide one side from the other. Each side has a flag that is protected by a safety zone. The point is you have to cross the boundary to the other side's territory, capture their flag, you're safe in the safety zone, and run it back across the line back into your territory without getting tagged. And if you get tagged, you go to jail. Someone from your team can go across and try to rescue you if they make it.
And they rescue you by tagging the person in the jail?
Yeah, you get a free walk back with them, but they don't get a free walk to the jail, obviously. Or the MC of the game can call jailbreak, and everyone in jail has a free walk back to their territory. The most points wins. The most successful flags retrieved and brought back to your territory wins. So very fun. It's classic PE type of game, camp game, youth group game, but just, an extra fun thing to do, a light up version. I shouldn't call it glow in the dark. It's actually like a light up version, which is pretty cool. And I think here's why I like this game for at night, because obviously this isn't groundbreaking news, Capture the Flag. But the reason it's better at night, especially if you're playing beyond elementary school age kids, it's so hard to cross enemy lines. Like, students just stand at the line and it's like, I see you, and I'm going to tag you. And it can be a very low scoring game. It's very hard to get that flag across. So when it's dark, it's just adds an extra level of sneakiness and invisibility, which will make it a more exciting game, higher scoring game, and easier to cross that boundary line because you're hidden a little bit more in plain sight kind of thing. But like, we try to play a game similar to this in our auditorium. We turn the lights kind of down low, but is based on our numbers too. The more kids you have, it's just hard to cross that boundary line. So this makes it more fun. Number 2 is one of my, believe it or not, adult leaders' favorite games. We play this at our leader retreat every single year. And yes, we're all adults and we love this game. It is Sardines. So Sardines is a really fun game to play, and you can play it outside on a summer night. It is super, super fun. So basically, I think this would work best for a youth group, kind of in that 20 to 40 range or below. If you have a youth group larger than 40, I would not recommend this game. Just save it for your leader retreat, you know, because we're a group of like 25. It works great for us. So basically, you pick one person to go and hide, and everyone else stays in a designated location, and they close their eyes and they count. And then they go and disperse and try to find that person who's hiding. And when you find them, you don't like announce it. You hide with them. And so the last person, like, sometimes it's kind of scary because you're like, why is it so quiet? Oh my gosh, where is everybody? And you realize, shoot, they're all hiding. And so if you're the last person to hide with the group, then you are out, or like you lose. And if you want, you can be the one to hide next time. Sometimes I think with students that doesn't totally work, because if they want to be the person hiding, then they won't be motivated to find anyone because they want to be the last person. So for students, I wouldn't really recommend doing it that way. It's like, I've been around the block a few times. I know how you people work. So you could just, you know, designate, like you could just pick a person. Okay, who's going next? And it has nothing to do with who found them last. And then you could say at the end of the game, like, if you were never the last person to find the group, you get a piece of candy. And like, that would be a motivator. So you could do something like, oh, if they're the last person, you mark their hand. And, you know, if they come out and they don't have any marks, I don't know, be creative, but it's a super fun game. You can play it inside too. We play it in like this like pretty large cabin up in the mountains, and it's very dark and quiet up there. So it's very scary. And hey, I'll be vulnerable. And my leaders know this. They make fun of me. I am afraid of the dark. There, I said it. I'm a grown person, and I am. When we play in the cabin, it is so dark. I just like stand in one spot, or I like sit on the floor, and they're like, Kristen, get out of the way. Because I'm like, I am not walking up that staircase in pitch black. Way too
And if you
scary.
don't know the location super, super well, like your own house, you'd be able to find your way through it. But if there's kind of like a, I don't really know this place, it makes it that much more, you know, difficult to navigate through there.
And one time I was and I hid behind this chair, and like nobody could find me. It was like this big rocking chair, but like not wooden. It was like a lazy boy kind of rocking chair. And I was back there forever, and I heard everyone like that. You hear them talking about you, but they don't know I'm right here.
What were they saying?
They were like, Kristen's the GOAT at this game. They did. Oh. Asher said that. I still remember. So yeah, you could play inside the church. This game is best suited for a smaller youth group.
That's the one and only time I've ever gotten poison oak was playing this game.
Really?
Yeah. It was really bad too.
Oh, well, be careful playing it at camp.
You don't know where you're walking.
Yeah, true. We used to play it in college too. I think it's a really fun young adult type game. Yeah, junior hires I think would like it. Don't know if I totally trust them, you know, hiding around in the dark, but you know your kids better than I do. All right, number 3. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Yep. You really have
I can count. Number 3.
We just compliment each other's weaknesses. Okay, this one is definitely, you could play it with a big group or a small group. Doesn't matter. So fun. It's called Operation Night Scramble. I didn't name it. So if you don't like the name, change it.
But the other ones, you have to stick with the names. For this one, you can change it.
You have my permission. So basically, you need a lot of glow sticks, like a lot, hundreds and hundreds of glow sticks. Whenever you think you have enough glow sticks, add another 100 because you need more always for this game to be fun. So obviously you're going to break them and shake them. And so what I usually do is I keep all the students in the auditorium while I'm explaining it, and all the leaders go out and they start hiding the glow sticks. So you send the leaders out to hide your hundreds of glow sticks, and like you can do it outside, obviously. And I say, don't bury them. Like you're not sending them on a treasure hunt.
Right.
You scatter them. Maybe you put a few in a tree or a few up on a table. Like you can put them around, but they should be in plain sight because it's already dark. And trust me, you don't want competitive students digging through stuff. They will destroy everything. So you put out a ton of glow sticks. Then the leaders spread out and they are armed and dangerous. Okay. They are armed very similarly to our game Predator, which I'm going to talk about in a second. So our favorite weapons of choice, classic dodgeball. Please use soft dodgeballs if you're throwing them at people, because when kids get hit in the face, especially at the velocity that a leader is throwing them, like I've had kids who wear glasses and it hits their face and could break their glasses, or it hits your nose really hard and it hurts. So I would recommend the softer gator skin, rhino skin type of balls. It's worth investing in a set of those. Side note. Okay, so the leaders either have a dodgeball, a foam pool noodle, or the sock weapon. The sock weapon, again, it's one long like tube sock with another sock balled up at the foot of it, at the toe part. And then you tie off the top and you swing it like a medieval weapon and get it all nice and stretched out. And then you like whip kids.
Soccer socks make great, socks for that.
Yeah. And so it's like you can hit them like with a sock weapon, no matter how hard you hit someone, it's not going to hurt. Pool noodles.
Challenge accepted.
Really don't hurt. So those are all good options, especially sometimes when you throw balls at kids and you miss, now you have to go chase the ball. So I kind of like having the noodle or the sock, So anyways, the leaders have weapons, and then I release the students and they come out, and their job is to try to get as many glow sticks as they can and take them back into the auditorium, put them in their team's bucket. So you could do teams like boys versus girls. You could do 6th, 7th, 8th grade. You could do 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade. You could do it by small group, but they need labels on them. So they see their bucket says 6th grade girls or just 6th grade. They put the glow sticks in there. If they're holding glow sticks and they get whacked by a leader, they have to surrender all the glow sticks. And then you can decide here whether you want them to be out and they like go to like a jail situation or they're out for the round, or all they have to do is surrender their glow sticks and then they can keep going. It depends what type of version you like to play. I feel like different youth pastors like different outs for different reasons. If you do send them to just a jail kind of situation, then I think it's really fun to have a jail keeper, and it's a fun leader who lets them out of jail if they complete some fun challenges. Like if I were the jail keeper, I would say, for example, I would say do the Macarena 4 times, or say the alphabet in reverse, or do the chicken dance, jumping on one leg, do 10 push-ups. Like, I don't know. You can make them do funny things, make them write you a poem, like whatever you want to do. And then once they do that, you can say, okay, you can go back out now. So it just kind of puts them in a timeout. So then you call, like when the time is up, I would say like a 4-minute round, 3 to 4 minutes. Again, that depends on how many students you have. If you have a lot of students, you could play a longer round. A little bit of students, you might want to do a 2-minute round. Then you count up the glow sticks. Whichever team has the most glow sticks in their bucket obviously wins. We play multiple rounds. So then we send the leaders out and they re-hide the glow sticks and we do it all over again. That one is super duper fun. And there's something so cool about just seeing like when the lights are off or when it's dark and you just see like a sea of neon glow sticks all over the floor, the street, the parking lot, the bushes, whatever. It's it's pretty fun. It's like a cool experience.
When they bring them back, isn't it each student can only bring one back at a time? I think that's a rule.
You might be right.
So if they did get like stopped, they had to surrender just one.
Yeah. So
I mean, I guess you could play, sorry to interrupt, but I guess you could play where they can get multiple ones. But I feel like if you do it one at a time, the game lasts a little bit longer.
Yeah. So that's up to you. You could say you can only retrieve one glow stick at a time, or you could say, all right, do your best, see how many you can get. If you get hit, you surrender them all. It's up to you if you need, to buy more time instead of just like one kid grabbing like 20 and putting them in the basket.
Right.
It's up to you. I feel like some of those like smaller nuances of a game, it's like when you're
what fits best for your group.
I was going to say when you're a youth pastor listening to this, you can sift through like, yes, but I would do this, or, oh no, that wouldn't work because of this. And that depends on your building, your space, your students, your size. There's a lot of things.
And side note, that's all the more reason we talk about this a lot of times, but to keep a game log, because there's always those little things that happen. You're like, this was fun, but.
Yeah.
And then if you don't write it down, you won't remember it. And the next time you play it, you're like, oh, that's right.
I know.
I should have done this. And so make sure you keep track every time you play a game. Maybe it's just like, this game was horrible, we'll never play again.
Oh yeah.
Again, or it's like, this game was great, but it would have worked better if we let the kids take multiple glow sticks or whatever. So
and you can adjust per round. I do that sometimes right in the middle of the game. I'll like look at my leaders and be like, hey, this isn't working. Like we played a game last Tuesday that we learned the hard way. Students can't come in front of bases 1 and 3. They have to stay behind 1 and 3, or else they catch the bunts way too quick. Like we adjust on the fly like that. And
because students will also quickly find the loopholes in any game.
They do.
And you can't foresee all of these things. And so sometimes, on the fly, you have to say, hold on, from now on, you can't.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Or I'll act like it was always a part of the plan. I'll be like, all right, are you ready
for this round?
Yes. I'm like, all right, round 2, here's what we're going to do. You thought that was hard. Now listen to this. You are going to be blindfolded. So game number 4, I love this one, and so do the students. It's probably one of our favorite nighttime camp games, is Leader Hunt. And there's so many different ways you can do it. I'm going to give you the basic skeleton of how to play it, and then you can add all the toppings on top and make it as fun as you want. Okay. So like we have done themed leader hunts where, like, say we did a candy themed winter camp, and leader hunt, all the leaders that went and hid were different Candyland characters. I was Grandma Nut, the peanut brittle lady, okay? And I had a Grandma Nut costume, and I was out in the freezing cold hiding from kids. And they had like a game card, and they were almost like Candyland. Like they were looking for Grandma Nut, they were looking for the lollipop girl, they were looking for licorice guy, they were looking for...
Do the other ones have names? Grandma Nut's the only one I know that has a name. Doesn't matter.
Whatever. Princess Frostine. She's the ice cream girl up at the top. Anyways, and we all dressed up in costumes and hid around. And then the teams had to like search for us and then bring us their game card. And we would either stamp it or sign it or put like a special sticker on it. And when they collected all the game pieces from the leaders that were hiding, then they brought it back to King Candy, who was in the room. And they won, and so that was really fun. Again, they love scurrying around at night. We have done ones before where kids have to bring leaders back, like literally like a dead animal, like carry them like by their arms and legs and bring them back. And they get a point for every leader they bring back. That was pretty fun. You could, if you didn't have time to theme it, you could just have leaders hide out there and then do one very special leader. Like we did this before. There was like a Where's Waldo kind of leader. So there was all these leaders hidden in places, and, you could have students take a selfie with them. You could have students have them sign the thing. But then if they find Waldo, and Waldo costumes are super simple and cheap, you could figure out what is the prize for that. Like, is that an automatic win, or is that worth 3 leaders, or they get like a golden ticket, and then they get to turn it in for free ice cream later. You know, there's so many like fun ways you can round it out. But leader hunts at night are super fun. I remember when you and I went to Forest Home, that camp, we would like dress up. I remember being like,
you're French.
I was like,
something.
yeah, French. And like just running around messing with kids.
I don't remember what my character was.
And they would try to find us, or like you can have some leaders detour them, like, oh no, I know where Waldo is, and he's over there.
I think that's what my role was.
Like
I could stop them and make them do random like tasks or whatever. That's what I remember what I was doing.
Yes. And so if you capture them, it's like, okay, you have to like kind of like the jailer we were talking about in the other game. Like
you can't go on until you do, make a pyramid. Right. Whoa.
How did we both think of
because it's like one of the most classic youth mysteries.
This is crazy. Yeah. And then they can go on their way or whatever like that. And then you could have some leaders, like if you just had a lot of leaders, you send them out to sabotage or like give false information or something like, oh, are you looking for Waldo? I swear I just saw him. He's in the cafe and he's drinking a cappuccino. You're going to miss him. So you could just play it up. And at camp, I feel like that's kind of the fun time to pull out the theme, pull out the costume, like pull out the characters. Yeah. Some of my best characters have been played at camps and events. And kids get so into it and they love, like, I mean, you could just hide in your normal clothes, but it would be way more fun to be a character.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Hey friend, I just wanted to interrupt this episode for a second to let you know about an awesome opportunity for you and your youth ministry. So last year we launched our course and coaching program called Youth Ministry Growth Accelerator, and the response has been amazing. So we've helped tons of youth pastors grow the size and health of their youth ministry, and we want to invite you to be a part of that as well, because maybe you're just sort of feeling stuck in a rut. Maybe you don't know what to do next. Maybe you just have a vague plan in your mind of what you're doing and you want some real help to get you from where you are to where you want to go. So if that sounds like something you've been looking for, go to growyouryouthministry.com and check it out for more details. All right, let's get back to the episode. And lastly, our favorite predator. Bum, bum, bum. When you edit that, can you put some sound effects there?
Sure, why not?
Thanks.
It'll be a surprise as to what it's gonna
be. Predator. Okay, so this is really only fun played in the dark at night. Sometimes, like, I stall to wait for the sun to go down so we can get started on Predator. So Predator, I don't know, guys. I've been doing youth ministry for 21 years. Never goes out of style. Yeah. They love it. It's not like, oh, well, back in the day when kids were simpler, they liked Predator. No, it's their favorite. So basically 2 teams, you get a card. We just print out, I just copy paste some Google image and put it on a piece of paper and copy it and cut it. So like, I think I've given the example, we did Crocs versus Stocks. Birkenstocks. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Clever.
Stanleys versus Awalas, whatever they're into, kind of makes it fun. You put those on the card, half the kids get Stanleys, half the kids get Awalas, and then you give them a head start. They go outside and hide. And then again, leaders get the weapons, the balls, the socks, the noodles, and then they go out and hunt for the kids. Yeah. And if they hit them, and I always tell the kids, this isn't like dodgeball rules. Like if you catch it, it doesn't matter. You're still out. If it touches you in any way, you're out. So then the students surrender their predator card to the leader who got them. And then they're out. They have to go back to the room. And then this is the least amount of hits wins. So the leaders, when the round is over, all the leaders come in and put their cards down on the stage in 2 piles. Awalas, Stanleys, we count them up, and the lowest score wins because that's the least amount of hits. And it's super duper fun. The kids, I think, A, they love the hiding aspect. B, they love to try to outsmart the leaders. Yeah. and they love to, I think they just love to be chased.
Right.
They don't like doing the chasing all the time. They like to be chased. So this game lets them do that, and it never gets old. They love it. So that is 5 night games.
Yeah. And if you want the other 5 for 10 total, just like I said, email us at ministrycoachpodcast@gmail.com and just put night games in the subject or description, or just click on the link in the description below and it'll show you how to download that. Okay, let's do a community comment of the day.
Okay.
This comes from Salem's Life, who says, I'm very appreciative of your videos. I'm sure they will continue to help me on my journey where it leads me.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome,
Appreciate
Salem's
that.
Life. Yes.
Thank you guys for watching and listening, and we'll see you next time.
Today, we are talking about night games, super fun night games. Today, we are talking about super fun night games that you can play with your youth group in the dark. We are talking about 5 outdoor in the dark games that your students are gonna love and use.